no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
Hi, everybody. Trying a new thing with my mic today. Let me know how it is. How's everybody doing today? I don't think chat is that busy, so I can go through today. Hi, Mary. I'm having a really rough time with this one, and I will explain why in a little bit. But hi, Nurse. Thanks for being here, and Deanna, good to see you. And Marie, as always. Oh, happy birthday to your son. Yeah, very, very much secret. Don't be rude. You can always watch the replay if things at the party get a little cray. Hey, Rena, thanks for being here. And Matt is a catter. Brittany, hi. And Nana, this the mama. Hi, Lynn. I love that song too. Hi, Jane. And Phantom. Great to see you. Thanks for joining me today. Hi, Mary. I can't. Oh, look, Sunny's here. I'm having a meltdown a little bit. Sunny was talking me through it, but I'm still having a hard time. I don't see her here beside me to help me through this, but we're gonna do it. Hey, Lindsay, good to see you. Ernestine, great to have you here. And anybody else? Thank you so much, little mama. That's so nice of you. Hey, Mrs. L. Anybody else? Think I got everybody? Perfect. I love it when I don't have that many people, even though it's too many. There's too many. So let's start on the positive note. Guess what I got today? Blew my mind. My bracelets showed up today, and I got 2 free decals. So now I'm wearing my bracelets, and I got 2 sets that I'm going to give away, and I'm going to give away one of the decals. So that's 3 things that I'm going to give away. And listen, Kent, I am going to go to the post office the second the draw is done, however I decide to do it. I'm going to go to the post office and I'm going to put them in the mail. And what's more, I'm going to supply everybody with tracking information. It's a concept, I know, but some struggle with it. I do not. So these will be, I need ideas. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this, guys? How am I going to, should I put everybody that's here into a draw and do one of them Wheel of Fortune spinny wheel things? Is that a good way to do it? I think that would be a fair way to put it, but I think only people that are in chat. Obviously, I can't figure out, like, there's 87 people here, and there's obviously not 87 people in chat. So up until, we'll give it like what? Another 5 minutes if you want to be because then afterwards I'm gonna have to go back and get the names for the first 10 minutes, people in the chat, not including Sunny and not including Kent. And I'll put them in the thing, and it will be random, and I'll figure out. I know that there's like a spinny wheel thing that I can just like plunk all these names in and then hit spin, and we'll do that on the next live stream, and we'll do it 3 times. 2 sets of bracelets and then one of the decals, because I'm keeping one of the decals for myself, if that's fair. So yeah, you do not want to mail to US. Why not? I mean, I don't care. I don't care where you are in the world. I'll mail it to you. It's not that big of a deal. Canada Post is on like a rotating strike still, so it'll be delayed. But anybody that by the 10-minute mark, after I'm done here, I'll replay the chat and write down everybody's name, put it into a spinning wheel, and we'll do the draw next time. Okay. And then what'll happen is you'll have to reach out to me and my email or whatever and give me your mailing address, and I will go and send them out. Only 3 packages that I'll be sending out. So should be able to get everybody's information right away and get them sent out that same day. So let's do that. Okay. Can you choose via all that have hit the like? No, I don't think so. Like, I am so clueless when it comes to YouTube. Um, I don't know if I see the names of the people that like the stream. So I'm just gonna do it that way. Anybody that chimes in, you got like 2 minutes and 30-ish seconds left to say something in the chat to be in the draw for this stuff. And we'll get that done the very next live stream. I'll I'll put that on my list of shit to do as soon as I'm done here, to get those names, figure out what app it is that we can, and I'll do it like live here. I think I should be able just to do one on the internet and then share my screen, and we'll do it live so everybody can see who won. And um, yeah. So I know Sunny is going to be going live here this afternoon with American Justice and Zach, I believe. So I don't know what time she's got that. If you can put that in the chat so I can make sure I wrap up. It doesn't bother me if I don't stay live that long today. Having a little bit of a hectic, flustered day today, and I've been pushed against. Hi, Joe, and everybody else. I should go back and say hi to everybody, but I'm not going to. I want everybody to just to know that I do appreciate you being here and listening to me, although I would rather have nobody here today, to be completely honest with you. But with a thumbnail, it is not clickbait. Okay. I'm just struggling with the ethics of it all. And I'm going to explain that to you guys after the 10-minute mark. So let's just babble for a few more minutes. So 5 p.m., I'll be long gone by then. If I don't have a nervous breakdown during the live stream, I should be long gone by then. Yeah. And hello. Oh, thank you so much, Mary. That is so nice of you. I appreciate that. Super sticker. Cool. And to be honest with you guys, like I have to talk to Sunny because I have no idea like how the YouTube pay world works. Like if I have to do anything to get that money or whatever, but right now it's just sitting in YouTube. I have no idea. I haven't even looked at how that money gets to me. So I appreciate everybody and all the. Don't feel like you have to super sticker or super chat me, whatever. Just put like a red question mark if there's something you want me to see. Um, don't even worry. Everybody, my aunties still misspell my name. Don't even worry about it. You'll explain. Yeah, if you ever have time for me, Sunny. Sunny's been super busy working her fancy job, and we never get to hear from Sunny anymore. And anytime I do hear from Sunny, we spend hours just catching up, and it feels like I'm just gossiping, but I'm not. What else? Today's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Losing track of the days. Thank you, Mary. I'm I'm trying, and some days I wonder if I'm adding value to this community just because I'm, you know, whatever. No, and we're gonna call it right now. There'll be no more entries. Closer to you, Donna. You're the last one. So, okay, here we go. What happened, Shar? Has it been confirmed that Malaya isn't cooperating with the RCMP, or is that just hearsay? Um, I think I haven't heard that. Um, um, but there's no way for us to know, right? Because we don't hear from Malaya. I know that some people hear from Haley, Cheryl. Um, I know one person who has heard from Cindy, but nothing of substance. But how would we know? How would we know? So thank you everybody for being. You're very supportive, and I thank you for that. But my biggest fear on YouTube is putting out false information. But having said that, I also don't want to come across as though I don't believe people that give me information. I believe the information that I was given because I looked into it. And before I get into it, really um, super hard here, I want everybody to know that I have reached out to the RCMP just to make sure that they did, in fact, get all the information that I was told last night. And obviously, they're not going to tell me if they have or haven't, but just know that everything that I talk about today has been given to the RCMP, and it's completely out of my hands and not my intention to mislead or give false information. So we're going to take it all with a grain of salt, and we're just going to discuss what it could possibly mean. Okay. So here we go. Not excited. I was super stoked last night getting the information because I thought, what the hell? I'm not going to put the address out, but so the information that I got was that somebody had tipped into the police. Um, Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that I'm about to become um, the newest member of the Darren Getty's hate club. He's probably going to hate me after this today, but I don't care. If you feel awkward about taking the money, just set up a separate account and let it sit there. You'll think of a good way to use it if Belinda needs something. Yeah, I mean, and it can sit in YouTube for all I care, but I don't know the end game with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if YouTube will just take it after a certain time if I don't give information, but as it is right now, I don't know. I don't know how it works. So Sunny's gonna help me, and we'll figure it out. And absolutely, anytime Belinda needs anything, I am I am open to whatever they need. Okay, shut up, Charmaine. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. This house belongs to Jordan Geddes. Now, I got information last night about a tip that was given to RCMP very early on that Daniel, Malaya, Jack, Lilly, and Meadow were spotted on May 1st here at about 11:35 a.m. And to me, that was very jarring because Daniel cannot remember the events of Thursday because it was just a normal day. But I would think they would remember visiting his friend, his best friend. And here's the thing for me, if somebody, and yeah, I can only imagine he wasn't happy with me last night. I wasn't happy with him and his post. He's ignorant and I don't care, Kent. I really don't. There is no sticking up for Durwood in this channel. None. So you can't say anything mean. Don't say anything at all when it comes to Durwood. Period. Moving on. So, like I said, they were spotted allegedly at Jordan Getty's house on Thursday, which, like I said, was odd because Daniel doesn't remember his movements on Thursday. And we haven't heard this from anybody else. And the person who told me was basically somebody that was driving by and saw Jack and Lily and Malehya and Meadow and Daniel. And the kids were playing right where the circle is, very close to the road. So the person had slowed down because there were children playing right by the road. And they are sure that it was Jack and Lily and Malehya with Meadow, um, looking over to see Daniel speaking to the person that lives in the house. So, so of course, I reached out to Daniel first thing this morning, and I asked him, like, why has nobody mentioned this? And it took him hours. And in fact, he got back to me about 45 minutes ago and said it's false information. It didn't happen. So this is where the dichotomy came in, right? I'm just like, okay, well, if he doesn't want to answer me, that's fine. But I have no choice but to believe the information that I was given and go with it. But now he's told me that it's false information. It's, to me, it's neither here nor there. And he has created that kind of environment for himself. And the OCMP are fully aware of all of this information, even if it really wasn't tipped in the beginning. They know what I was told yesterday. And I think it's important to share the information. And I'm struggling with the timing of it because I was all gung ho to share it with you guys. 100%. If I could have went live last night, I would have. But after, just the way my brain works, I sit and I contemplate the ethics of and the morality of certain things, and I don't want to put false information out. So going forward, if you guys see this stuff on other people's live streams and they're misrepresenting it as fact, or if I'm stating whatever, just correct them. This is not fact. This is alleged. I believe the information to be true, but I have no way to prove it. Right? Um, I don't know if I want to repeat it. You remember hearing it too? From who? Because it's never been spoken to the public whatsoever. And I believe if it is in the documents, it's probably still redacted. And why might it be redacted? Maybe because it's relevant? I don't know. My thing is, I could not understand because I believe 100% that Durwood is deflecting with his bullshit about the Indian reservations. 100%. There's no way to get around that. It doesn't make any sense. It is rude. It is racist. It is ignorance at its finest, that entire scenario. But he doubles down. He keeps pushing. He won't let up. And do I think he's lying? I didn't. I thought he was being fed information. But as the last couple of weeks have unfolded since, I started looking back into Durwood and things that he said and how things have gone on and other people that I've talked to. I believe now that he is the one that was giving Daniel and Janie that narrative that the kids are alive and being hidden somewhere. I believe that was coming from Durwood. I do. And the RCMP know that now too. But I say all the time, why do we lie, guys? We lie to protect ourselves or to protect others. And who could Durwood possibly be protecting to the point where he is willing to lose everything to do it? Who would be that important to a person to lie for, to cover for, to distract for? His son? Allegedly. Allegedly. But it makes me wonder. It makes me question what's going on and why did this man inject himself early on, feed a scenario and a theory to Daniel and Janie, which they jumped on board for whatever reason. But I'm not saying that Jordan did anything to hurt the kids. I'm not saying that at all. I do not think that Jordan had anything to do with this whatsoever. Whatsoever. But maybe there is something in that visit that could be loosely connected to what happened to the kids. Possibly. Even in some twisted, far-fetched way in somebody's mind who doesn't have the ability to think in common sense, who's a conspiracy theorist, who runs wild with every little thought that he has, creating this shitstorm of a paranoid delusion in his own head that his son could be somehow implicated in something. Yeah, no, leave Kent alone. Absolutely. There'll be none of that here. None of that here. Durwood has brought this on himself. Honestly, he has since the day he called into Dolly. He's been cooking this up, and I told him the other day, I'm fucking on to you, and this is what I think now. I'll allege it, but leave Kent alone. He's got nothing to do with this. Um, um, okay, yes, it was, and if it hadn't been originally, it has been within the last few hours. I told them everything that I was told. Everything that I was told in the last couple of weeks, the RCMP now know. I do not want to bog down the RCMP with frivolous tips and bullshit. I'm sure there are enough people watching YouTube that do that for them, but I just wanted them to know that it was all probably collateral information and maybe just repeats of stuff they already knew, but just for my own conscience, I wanted to make sure that they had it and that they've exhausted these potential leads, right? And I mean, it is what it is. The information is what it is. Durwood surely isn't protecting Lily and Jack. I have thought Durwood was protecting someone from the start when he first came out. If he knew, he would have went straight to law enforcement and told everything. Not necessarily. Like, if he cannot stand law enforcement, he doesn't have a trust of law enforcement. A lot of people, especially I'm learning in that area, have a serious dislike and distrust for the RCMP. With the um, shit, Gabriel, whatever his name is, that mass shooter uh, fiasco, the people of Nova Scotia have every right to feel the way that they do. So I don't think that that is 100% what I think. I don't blame him for not trusting the RCMP. However, if it was me, before I went on these raving lunatic posts about Indian reserves having the children hitting and being good Samaritans by doing the right and humane thing for fighting these kids and asking for proof of life, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. He crossed the line. Um, but that is over the line for even Durwood. So what is his motive to be pushing this? look over here. Don't look right here, but look over here. That's what I think is going on. Wortman, thank you so much, Gabriel Wortman. So that's what I think, and I'm not comfortable, and it's very important for me that you guys all know that Daniel said that this information is not accurate. Whoever told me that is giving me false information, okay? So just keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. But the RCMP will sort it out. I have no reason to trust them, but I have all the faith that they've been working hard on this case, and just in case, yeah. And the reason why I went through with it, honestly, is because I had that thumbnail up. I do not believe in clickbait. And just so you guys know, I am confident in the person that told me about this information. I most certainly trust that they would not lie to me, and it answers a lot of questions. Thank you, Roots. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Wish I could have to sign up and then you receive an email where to go. I think last I heard, I have no idea what you're talking about, which is probably for the best. Too much. Watching backwards. Hi, Charmaine. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. You're welcome, Wendy. Thank you for being here and thank you for watching backwards. Where is this location in relation to the trailer in New Glasgow? I don't want to give away the exact location just because it is alleged and I'm not into doxing people. But it is a 12-minute drive to Gerlach Road. Somebody in that area has said there are 2 different back roads that can be taken, and those routes are 12 minutes. Going by the main road, it's a 17-minute drive from Gerlach Road to where this is. What is circled, April, is where the individual says that she saw Jack and Lily playing. And the reason why I asked for this is because, like, okay, if you were just driving by, they slowed right down because kids were playing very close to the road. So that just kind of made sense to me. So April, that's what is being. There have been rumblings, and I don't know the truth behind this, because Daniel had said to me, a lot of people are messaging me saying that an arrest is close. And Daniel's response to them was that, how would I know? And I'm not going to be the one doing the raid. The RCMP, the investigators, are going to be the ones knocking down windows. Now, for some reason, there are a couple other people out there that are saying kind of the same sort of idea that Daniel said to them, only they're saying that he said they're going to be knocking down my door. So I want to call bullshit on that, because I don't think Daniel would say that to people or Messenger. Harley says, hi, everybody. He got a new pig today. But that's what I said. I did see Earl Martell's recent post. I don't. Jordan, I'm so sorry. Harley, stop, please, stop, stop. It's too many. I do believe that I want to say that Sunny is probably going to get more into that. Sunny is the one that Malehya sent the like her Google routes, I guess, too. But I do know for a fact that can be edited. Um, I have a hard time believing that Malehya would have given Sonny the exact same information that she gave to the RCMP if it's part of evidence. So I've been playing with him all day. So he's just lonely. Yes, he is. He's so good. He's so handsome. Thank you. Good boy. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Easy enough to figure out where he lives. I found it in less than a minute. Yeah, exactly. I'm not putting it out there though. That's not my. It's not for me to do. Give me a minute. One sec, guys. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Yes, he's lovely and he's huge and he's adorable and he's my handsome boy. Somebody put the email in the chat. Where was I? Anyways, yeah. So easy enough for you guys to find if you want to, but I'm not going to do that. I consider that doxing in a way, and I don't want any part of it. However, there's more that I just wanted to point out, and so basically this person. So right beside Jordan's place, there is like a scrapyard of some sort. And then around like their properties meet at some point and the neighbor is back through there. Uh, so we're wondering if the neighbor saw anything too, basically is the point of that. But however, there is one more that I wanted to talk about, just the potential, the possibilities. Um, did I send the zoomed in one that I did? I wonder, this must be it. Where is it? Why is it taking so long today? Wow. So can you guys see this? This is a lake. And this is behind the house. Just what it says. What did she say? Is she being mean? Just get to the point. I am getting to the point. And I have. Like, rewind or be gone. I mean, I said that I mean, if you don't like the interactiveness of this channel, then go somewhere else. Honestly, I'm not here to give you breaking news or to keep up with your timeline. I'm here to speak to the people that want to to be heard or to be read, whatever. Anyways, ignore it. It's over. It's done. Thanks for pointing it out, though. Get to the point. Geez. I don't even know what the point is. The point is this is something that came across yesterday, and I think it could be relevant, and it could also be, very significant if the RCMP have not searched this area, because maybe just maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, maybe Daniel did not admit to being over there that morning, and maybe Jordan didn't admit to having them over there that morning. Maybe there's no video of them there. So how can the RCMP validate whether they were there or not if Malehya's route or whatever was turned off or she didn't have her cell phone on? Daniel never takes his cell phone. Maybe there's issues where the RCMP didn't have probable cause to go search this area. There's my point. So, good enough? Go away. You're ruining my already bad day. Anyway, I sent you the Jordan clip. Oh, did you? And the thing is about it too, and I think I know what you're talking about. I heard that Jordan on Dolly denied he ever met Malehya. And then he called back another time and said he might have met them a time or two. But we're talking about the day before they went missing. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's odd. It's a little odd. So I think it's odd anyways. And it's possible that everybody involved denied even being there. And if they don't have video or they can't get, cell data to prove they were there, they would not have probable cause. Do you know what I'm saying? Did you send it to my email? I did get some more pet pictures, and I'll work on that when the day isn't as. There we go. Do you have a timestamp, or just bear with me? I'm going to put you guys on mute so I can play this and see. Is it a river, not a lake? I'm pretty sure it's a lake. Right? Okay, so this is somebody else's video. Do we know whose video this is so I can give them credit? Because, I mean, good point at the beginning anyway. Do you have an aerial shot? No. No, I don't. No, Madagascar, this is somebody else showing what was on Dolly's live. I think I'm going to play it. I will find out whose video it is, and I will give them full credit. But it looks like Australian channel, maybe. But in any case, let's just watch this for a few minutes and see how long it takes him to get to the Jordan Geddes. Frigging hate this. Not that I hate it, but it's just Jordan on Dolly, 1 minute, 50 seconds in. Oh, you did. So it's 1 minute, 50 seconds in, guys. So we're going to hear it out, give him the credit that he deserves for doing this. And no, it's not Ninja, but we're going to watch it. We're going to listen, and we're going to, should I maybe put him? It's good enough. I don't want to open YouTube. Okay, ready? Muting myself.
Vision. So please go and show your support to Dolly Vision. So this is just my opinion, but why does everyone in this case lie? That's the main addiction, if you ask me, because here we have somebody phoning Dolly to prove they're not lying and blatantly lying, saying one thing, then slipping up and saying something totally different. But you just listen and see if you notice anything. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad person or he's involved. All I'm saying is he's lying, and it makes you think why.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, peace. Okay, somebody said Durwood's son wants to call in, is trying to call in. Okay, listen. If you're out there, don't call in. If this is Durwood's son, I gotta hear the son at this point, right? So let Durwood's son call in. Don't blow up the phones. Darren's son is trying to call. Okay. All right. I'm gonna open the phone lines. Everybody, only open to Darren's son. Dolly.
Yeah, how you doing, Dolly?
How's it going? This Darren's son?
Yeah, this is Jordan Geddes.
Jordan Guess. Okay, what's going on with you, Jordan?
I want to say one thing, maybe a couple things. My father is trying to do everything he can for Lily and Jack.
Uh-huh.
Everything that's going on.
I believe your father. I think he's just getting misinformation.
Please. Yeah, I don't know. Everything that's going on between what people are saying and dividing the fucking goddamn conversation to fucking something negative. My father's trying to help as much as he can. My old man is a good man.
Uh-huh.
Like, my family right now is getting a little bit torn apart by this.
Uh-huh. Okay. I believe
Other than that,
I believe you. I believe
they
it.
call me a scammer. The other people, like, I got people showing up at the house. I'm damn good friends with Daniel.
Uh-huh.
I knew him for a long time.
Okay.
I said from the very get-go that he had nothing to do with this.
Okay.
Why would anybody do that? Especially someone as good as Daniel, in my mind.
Well, I don't personally know Daniel, so I'm trying to learn myself a little more about Daniel.
Well, everyone needs to learn, because everyone keeps saying crazy shit. There's people up here taking pictures of my house, taking pictures of me.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting fucking goddamn messages and whatnot.
Hey, look, I'm going to ask you one thing, okay? You can say every cuss word that you want to say. I have no problem with.
Okay, I'll stop cursing then.
No, you can curse, but just don't use the GD word, okay? That's the only thing. You can say fuck, damn, shit.
Yes, I got you there now. No GD words.
No GD words, and you can go ahead and take the floor and say whatever you like.
My father's trying as much as he can. He's getting a ton of heat right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
My family's getting heat. People are anonymously sending me messages. They're fucking. They're coming to my house, taking pictures, drones over the top of it. I just talked to the RCMP today. People are saying my family is incest. They're saying,
"Oh wow,
yeah, it's getting quite pathetic." If you ask me, one man figured out a lot more than a lot of other fucking people could.
Yeah. Well, I mean, apparently your father's close to both sides. So.
What do you mean close to both sides?
Well, he says he's kin to Malehya. Is that true? He's a third cousin.
Down the line for sure.
And he's friends with Daniel and Daniel's brothers and his family. So that's what I mean. That he's close to both sides.
He's friends with the brothers of the family. Yep. No, I'm not going to start clarifying too much. It's just I can't stand the thought of people trashing and people showing up, me chasing them away.
Uh-huh.
Taking pictures. The RCMP showed up and said that I was in the front yard of my house where my father doesn't live no more because him and my mother are separated.
Okay. Did they separate behind this? What's going on?
No, they separated 8 years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's out of proportion with everything. I don't know quite what it is, but why would I be like, why would I be in the front yard with Daniel's kids and Malehya in the fucking yard with Meadow?
Okay, they're saying you were in the front yard of your house with Meadow and Daniel, or front yard of Daniel's house?
Yeah. No, my house.
Okay.
Where I grew up.
Uh-huh.
That's what the tips are. I know the RCMP are trying their best, and God bless them.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I
The
wasn't.
harassment that's happening right now is getting out of hand. I heard a couple things now that's going on with my father that he's going to get hurt.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Well, to whoever is getting out of hand here in a way with a man that's literally trying to help.
Yeah, I don't think your dad's a bad guy. I think he's been feeding information that he believes is real, but at the same time, I'm going to lie to you. I think Daniel lied in the beginning, and I think Malehya lied in the beginning. Now, and I believe your dad is hearing a lot of information coming from Daniel's side, and he's running with it. And I don't believe that to be accurate information at all. That
Daniel
opinion, you know.
I don't care. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I guess they're entitled to their insults. But from what I know, and I don't know really much, just I probably friggin' sound like friggin' I'll wing that right now. But Daniel passed a polygraph, didn't he? Why would Daniel be running through the woods like a maniac looking for the kids? But he loved those kids.
So he says.
He's a good man. I knew him for years. I knew him since, I'm 33 now.
Uh-huh.
I knew him since I was 14 years old, matter of fact.
Okay.
People can blow this up as much as, like, it's just the hate, the harassment against everything people make in face. But why am I getting pictures taken of me?
I don't know. I didn't even know you was involved in it, to be honest with you. I know Durwood because Durwood called in. Yeah, when I first talked to Durwood,
well,
he
the
never.
Internet's a poison thing. It's a ferocious thing, and my poor brother too, and like his side of what his kids, his mother and whatnot too, they're getting harassed. Everyone in this situation now is getting so stressed out.
I couldn't help I couldn't help but notice somebody timing Durwood out, and I thank you for that. He was allowed to say his one piece, his one bit, and mods were told. He can come in here and he can say his piece, and he gets one freebie and then out of here. I don't care anymore, Durwood. You say that I have gone a long way too far with this, even though I'm still not accusing anybody of anything. I am still being respectful. I am still saying that Daniel is calling this false information. I am putting it out there as I heard it, and reported it all to the RCMP as a responsible person should do. And you have the audacity to say that I've gone too far after the shit you posted yesterday? You are off your rocker and you need therapy. You really do. I haven't accused you or your son of shit until today. And I'm still not accusing your son of shit. And I've said very plainly, I don't think Jordan has a thing to do with this at all. So go ahead and think I've gone a long way too far today. But you, sir, have gone a long way too far for months. For months. So go get bent, go somewhere else. The RCMP are aware of everything that I'm talking about today. Everything. And if they weren't before today, they certainly are now. And I hope they come and talk to you again. Because I'm on to you. Anyways, can we continue? Hopefully he's timed out. He'll come back as a fucking troll, as usual, or post something on his Facebook throwing hate at people that are trying to find real answers instead of spreading false, racist information. Durwood, go find somebody else. I am not the one. I am not the one.
These people with their full fucking talk and their 2 cents.
Uh-huh.
It's not fair. It's about Lily and Jack, and there's a man trying to help. If anyone can hear me, I'm telling you right now, and I know maybe things got off the wall a little bit with what was said.
Uh-huh. Well, let me ask you there, tell me your name one more time. I don't want to call you Durwood Jr. What's your first name?
Jordan.
Jordan, what do you think happened? Let me ask you that. What do you think happened?
It doesn't matter what I think. I think that I have no opinion on it because I'm just an outsider watching. I didn't hear about this until a week ago. I work every day, 14 hours a day.
Uh-huh. And you heard about it about a week ago. What, when people started saying stuff to your dad?
What's that?
What'd you hear about it when people started saying things to your dad?
Pretty well, yeah. Pretty well, yeah.
Uh-huh. And so your opinion is just Daniel's a good guy and he wouldn't do these things. Do you know Malehya very well?
I never met Malehya. I never met Lilly and Jack.
Okay.
I never met anyone.
When was the last time you seen Daniel before this happened? Like, had you seen him recently?
Daniel, I sent him a message when this first happened.
Uh-huh.
I sent the message and I told him I know he wouldn't do these things.
Uh-huh.
I've seen him maybe about 2 hours in the last, I don't know, 6 weeks maybe.
Okay.
He's watched and like, how can I put it without bringing more fucking heat?
Well, here's the thing about the internet. Whatever you say is going to be picked apart, no matter what you say.
That's what people do. You know, when people have with no time, they don't give a shit, and they go back to their little lives.
Yeah, I mean it's exactly true. I mean, you got to know that when you come up here, even everything you're saying right now is going to be picked apart and it's going to be played on a bunch of YouTube channels.
That's fine right now with me, but I just want everybody to know my old man is doing everything he can for these kids. He's not after the $150,000 reward.
Mm-hmm. Well, when he first started talking, there wasn't even a reward yet. So I know he ain't about the reward.
That shows right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, he started talking before the reward was even out there.
Right?
Yeah. Now, who he's getting the information from, I just believe these people. Daniel told some inconsistent statements that much as he's your friend or how much
I think everyone told inconsistent statements.
But why? That's what we're trying to get to is why would they tell inconsistent statements, Jordan? We got missing kids and there's people are not telling 100% the truth. It's people, you got to understand when things like that happen, people are going to question it. They're going to question it heavily. And it's only growing on the internet as these things come out.
It's just the tip. This is what it is. It's only been a week and a half.
Mm-hmm. That's what
I had to. What statements is what I want to know. That's the funny thing, though. Now that everyone has their own opinion, just like you said, and everyone keeps putting their tips in.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of things that are happening right now, even violence right now. It's kind of crazy if you really think about it.
I hope there ain't no violence because nobody really knows. There's people suspect things, right? But to act on it.
Why can't people just? I can't even really wrap my head around. I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
trying to wrap my head around this. I want people to know that my dad's trying to do everything. He ain't a fucking drunk.
We've heard that.
He's a good man.
I thought he was. I think he's telling us what he's hearing, and that's truthful. He's hearing these
from
things
both sides of the family. Like I've met partially most of one part of the family and one part of the other. And listen, I keep to myself. I'm on my own business.
Yeah,
I tried to as much as I can until right now, I guess, because I want to protect my father and the people that are going after my father. 3 people, if they know who I'm talking about, I know.
So there's certain people. He even told me that people were making threats towards him and his family. Now, I know nobody in here. I don't allow people in my room to make threats towards people. They'll get kicked, slam out. So I know it ain't nobody here threatening them. But he told me the same thing that, he was having problems. People were threatening him just because he wants to help the kids. And I think that what it is he's repeating a lot of what Daniel has said to him. And people just believe that Daniel is a bad guy. And I think that's the reason that people are coming at your father is because they believe he's speaking for Daniel.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. You know what? You're damn right there. People, but that's their opinions. That's the thing. And I want just to try to clarify a little bit. Maybe it would ease off a little bit if they could. I literally couldn't go to work today because of my nerves and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
I had to call in. I'm an essential worker now.
Okay.
I woke up to the RCMP in my yard asking me questions about Lily and Jack in my front yard. Now that's
Today? They came to your house today?
Today, yep.
Okay.
And I already reported so many videos of YouTube with my dad's face on and all this horse shit, and they're just bashing him and bashing him and bashing him.
Okay.
I told them exactly what they asked me. Why would Lily and Jack be in my yard? And
so somebody reported that Lily and Jack were in your front yard?
That a tip is what it was. A tip that was got off.
Oh, okay.
But my brother has 2 kids around the same age, and my woman does too.
Oh, okay.
Thank God that no one knows quite what is going on with my goddamn friggin' niece, my nephew, and my stepkids.
Yeah.
Now they're here taking pictures like fucking freaks.
That's crazy.
Trying to get their next story. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Are you in a rural area of Canada, or are you in the city of Canada? The people are just coming out the woodwork like that?
Well, yeah, no, unless they air tag the truck or an SUV, man, I don't know. Somehow they know, but a lot of people know who the Geddeses are around this area. Anyway, because Dad did own an excavation business. He did. He wasn't a fucking cop either. I don't know why these videos are going around.
Nah, he never said he was a cop.
No, but it's just funny, crazy shit that I'm seeing. The YouTube. Like,
yeah, I ain't heard that one yet. That's a new one for me that he was a cop.
No.
He told me he was retired and he tinkers around in the yard. That's what he told me.
Exactly what he does. Yeah, he fixes trucks and he works hard as much as he can. His back is blown out. He's an old man.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to help out these kids with the family members that need it. And there's a couple links that went down the line. I don't know any idea about it.
So from your knowledge of Darren, he's always been a good guy to you.
Oh yeah, he's been a good guy to me. A good guy to my brother as much as you can. There's family troubles that have always happened with every family. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. No, there's no perfect family, not at all.
So it's the crazy things that people are saying right now. Like, I have a hard time even going into town because I feel like people are watching me. They're watching my mom. My poor mother's probably having a fucking heart attack at this point. My brother.
Oh Lord. So it's affecting y'all in y'all's day-to-day life.
Oh yeah, easy. I couldn't go to work today. Dolly, or what's your real name?
My real name is Jimmy.
Yeah, what's that?
My real name is Jimmy.
Jimmy? Okay, well, I'm Jordan.
Okay, nice to meet you, Jordan.
Jimmy. Imagine Daniel's life, though, too. And the guy did pass a polygraph test.
Yes, he did.
And he's doing as much as he can. And now I don't know, I'm not getting into it too far. I have no really opinion of it. It's just kind of pathetic to me, the way that people on YouTube and on Facebook are adding me and adding, like, it's insane. Like,
well, now there's going to be a lot of people talking about you now because
I hope they do talk. Well, I don't hope they do, but I'm trying to clarify. What more did they do than my father did in this situation?
Well, it's just talking. I don't think, a lot of people on the YouTube streets, they make these threats like they're going to do this and they're going to do that. I get a lot of them just being a YouTuber, and nobody ever does nothing. They make these threats like they're going to do something. And I don't even take the threats really serious, but I ain't going to tell people not to take threats seriously because you never know. Somebody may say something, and there's a lot of nut jobs out here in this world, but a lot of people over time have threatened me up here, and I don't pay it a lot of mind, but I'm not going to tell other people that because then something bad could happen. So I would say take any threat seriously, but I wouldn't worry myself to death about these threats that are coming on the internet because people are just talking shit.
No, they are definitely talking shit. And like,
especially when you don't know. And then it's not like your family has been accused of doing anything to the kid. But then again, I've heard people say,
well, what the RCMP literally came in, man, and they just asked me. We heard that you were in the front yard playing with the kids.
That is wow. See, that's new.
I've seen them in my goddamn life.
Never met the kids, never seen them. The kids that somebody's seen in your yard or your family kids.
No, I guarantee it was probably my brother's kids or it was my woman's kids or something. I don't know. I'm probably bringing heat on me now too. But I want everybody to know that the old man is just trying to do the best he can.
Okay. Well,
and it's more than what they're fucking doing than being negative and accusing.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. This is kind of what the internet is. I don't know if this is your first. I'm sure it is because your family probably hasn't been through nothing like this. And when stuff like this happens, everybody at some point on YouTube gets accused. I'm just, because I've been here for doing true crime for 4 years. This ain't the first, case that I've seen family members get drugged into. There was another case just recently, and every family member in the people's family got blamed. I mean, down to they burnt the kid alive at a construction site, that the cousins did it. That
it's nowhere near what the Geddes are. There's nowhere near that.
Yeah. And so you hadn't seen Daniel right before this, and you've only seen him a couple hours since this happened. And you don't really know Malehya, so I can't really ask you nothing about Malehya. What do you think the kids ran off? Do you believe that the kids?
No, I don't want to get my nose stuck into it too far. I have my opinions, but this is what a smart guy looking from the outside. I'm not smart really, but this is what a guy that knows a little bit about bullshit. I can't really say my opinion. I have my opinion, but
let me ask you this: Do you believe what your dad is saying? Do you believe what he's saying?
Yep, you're goddamn right I do, because my dad doesn't step out of character like that too far. Like, we had hard times. There's hard times and good times. My brother and him got in a hard little moment there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but I guarantee that they're going to have a hard time getting over this.
Yeah, because this ain't going away. I mean,
no, it's not. This is the tip of the iceberg to me.
Yeah, I can let you know now. It definitely ain't going to go away. It's actually going to probably get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, that's what I know for a fact.
That's just being dead honest with you.
No, that's fine. It is. It already is. Like, I'm getting paranoid anyway with people. There's drones flying over the house. There's people taking pictures. There's people stopping in front of my fucking house.
Yeah, I'm sure that's pretty wild and hard to get used to.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So there are a few things in there that, and just to reiterate, I'm not blaming Jordan for having involvement in Jack and Lily's disappearance whatsoever. Okay. And like I said a million times, if I said it once, Daniel says that this is false information. But again, all information is important for the RCMP to look into. And if this is correct, then the instance he was talking to that the RCMP went and spoke to him about would have been the tip, right? And if there was no proof that that happened, then maybe the RCMP moved on. It is quite possible. But as far as his thoughts on his dad, what would you do if it was your dad? I don't blame him for standing up or trying to stand up for his dad. But at the end of the day, when you look at the accusations being thrown, and even if he spins it in a way that he is trying to thank the Native community for doing the right/humane thing by stealing 2 children and keeping them hidden and allowing an RCMP investigation to go on like this, is tripe. It's absolute nonsense. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Jordan knows that at this point. Like, he would know that, how ridiculous and racist it actually is to believe the reservation would be behind this fiasco. Okay. So, but there were a few things there where he had said, but didn't he at some point backtrack and say that I met them a couple of times? And that was kind of in the same, he said I'd never met Malehya, Jack, or Lily. And then he said that he met them a couple of times or that they were over there. Did I miss that? Did I miss that, you guys? So Durwood have then what? What? Renee Harper, thanks for being here. If I'm innocent, I could overlook drones and everything because 2 kids are still missing. Yeah, I think it would be a little bit disconcerting to have drones and stuff flying over your house all the time, but I don't think Daniel is correct thinking that those are RCMP drones. Maybe once in a while, but I think they're private drones, just nosy people, who want to know more, who think that they know what went on and are trying to get the proof of where Jack and Lily could be. Right? That's what I think, and I think that anything that anybody thinks that the RCMP are flying drones over these people's houses 24/7, they're a little bit paranoid. I don't think that that is the case. I could be wrong. Soon people are going to be at your door, douchebag, in my opinion, drones over your house. Yeah. It's just people. It's just people digging for dirt. The RCMP over there are too busy to care about the drama with Durwood. I agree. However, he needs to be talked to again. Somebody needs to shut him down and that ridiculous racist theory of his. He needs to be shut down. You'd be glad they are still looking? Absolutely. I'd be inviting them into my house, into my yard. Check me out. Absolutely. And for all we know, Jordan is, right? If my dad wasn't saying that what Durwood is saying, I'd tell him off and tell him to shut his mouth. I would be tripping the fuck out, telling my dad to sit down and shut the fuck up, get off the internet, because he's ruining my life. And if Durwood could see past his own ego, he would understand what he is doing to his family. No way the reservation stole them or is harboring them. They'd be in huge trouble, and it's still a crime. Exactly. But they're doing the right thing because they just want to protect children from what? God. Make it make sense? You can't. So does Durwood have them? He's rubbing me the wrong way. So Durwood doesn't have them? I don't think Durwood has them at all. I think in his twisted brain, he thinks his son, for whatever dumbass reason, could be implicated just because he's friends with one of the prime suspects. And I think Durwood is playing the old, look over here, don't pay attention to here, even though there's probably nothing here. Meantime, he's ruining lives and interjecting himself and impeding an investigation. But they've probably put him on the ignore list, the nuisance list. They had to invent a narrative to explain away why they never found a trace of the children in the woods. People want that reward. They really do. And they're coming out in droves. I wouldn't want to be any of them. Any of them. That's why it makes no sense to have somebody push this ridiculous narrative as hard as he is, unless he's got some pea-brained lunacy going on in his head. It's this or that. Uh, 12 minutes, yeah. Through there, I mean, somebody local had told me that there's back roads to that area. You could get over there in like 12 minutes. I've never been there, so I don't know. It's illegal to have your drones flying around people's houses. Right. It is. It doesn't stop people from doing it as long as they're not caught doing it. It's like anything else. I find it odd that the Darren Geddes does not share missing person posters of the kids, just racist rants. It's odd that none of them do. They need to search Black House properly inside and garage for evidence or tools. I can't see why they wouldn't. Driving back to Pictou today again from Halifax. Hi, Squid. Good to see you. Hey, Nancy. First it was Cindy, then Haley, then it was Hayden, then it was Native CPS. Now who is to blame? Probably blame me next. Spare time, does Durwood have who the kids? I think they were asking if Durwood has the kids. There has been a reason he's inserted himself and this ridiculous res scheme, and he won't let it go, and it keeps evolving. And anybody that's on board with it needs to really sit down and think about the implications of that. The far-reaching implications of that. In my opinion, Jordan having his kids and his girlfriend's kids, it would be concerning having strangers flying drones over my property because I wouldn't want my kids' faces exposed. Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't want it. And that's why, if I was Jordan, I would be telling my dad to sit down and shut the fuck up. Stop. Just stop. I'm grateful my father never drank. Is Jordan in drug game? Could have sold them or something. I don't know anything about Jordan other than he's been Daniel's best friend for quite some time. I want to know, he never met Malehya and the kids, if he's such good friends with him. So, and I always sound like I'm taking up for Daniel, and I'm not, and he knows. But to answer this comment, I did have a conversation with Daniel about that very thing, not about Jordan in particular, but about how, you know, some people, they get so invested and preoccupied, I guess, and almost obsessed with their relationship, with their new relationship, that friends and stuff kind of fall to the wayside. And it wasn't until after, like, they had kind of fallen apart, whatever, they didn't spend a lot of time together because now Daniel was with Malehya, Jack and Lily, and had the new baby, so they didn't get to talk as much as they normally would. And then when Malehya left, he reconnected with Jordan, if that makes sense. But again, then where did this come from that Daniel, Malehya? And the reason why the tip was so credible to me is because they were described to a T in the tip, right? Lily wearing pink, she had a big bow in her hair. Jack had dark pants on, a navy coat. Daniel's red shoes, his gold chain was prevalent. Things like that just kind of made me think that it was credible, and that was on the actual tip. So didn't Janie say that Durwood explained things to her and got her to see it? Yes. And that's why it's okay. So the 8:28 a.m. phone call, right? That made me go, huh, we need to go back and rethink all of this, because now I believe that Malehya was awake when the kids were supposedly outside. And we'd have to believe that Malehya allowed her kids to play outside and dozed off with a toddler beside her in bed, to not hear whatever happened to the kids, because they're not in the woods. They didn't go into the woods. So Malehya was awake and just ignored whatever was going on outside. So we'd have to believe that, because Janie had her phone call at 8:48 with Ron, and it lasted 2 minutes and 59 seconds or whatever it was. So there's a very small timeline where something could have happened to the kids, because Janie says that she heard the kids after the phone call with Ron, and the RCMP was called at 10:01 a.m. That's not a huge window of time, especially when you have an awake toddler next to you watching TV, awake, You know what babies are like when they're in the morning, unless they're sick or something, but they'll still hit you with their sippy cup, or they'll pull your hair or play with your face, whatever. There's no going back to sleep. There's just not. So I think she was awake. So that made me want to revisit all of this, every bit of it. So you start looking back at everything that Durwood said and listening to those fucking Janie clips over and over again, and you pick stuff up like this. But that's exactly what she said. Durwood made a lot of sense. And who in their right mind would risk everything? He lost his house. He lost his family. He lost everything. Who in their right mind would do that if they weren't telling the truth? A lunatic. That's who. That's who. Trying to distract from something that probably doesn't even exist. Jordan, heads up. Reality. I would have asked Jordan if he had been at the Black House or trailer, if so, when. But we as the public, until we heard the tip about the neighbor hearing the car coming and going, we were searching for that neighbor, right? So it wasn't until that point that we as the YouTube public were made aware of that Black House. So, you know what I mean? I don't think that would have been a question that come up about that particular house. The drone regulations have pretty strict rules in Ontario. Nova Scotia is mostly the same. Heights are different, etc. It's a big fine, and you will be in real-time trouble if you get caught. And maybe some of them are RCMP, following up on tips or leads or whatever, or checking out what's going on at night. And we don't know what else goes on in that area. Like, you know what I mean? But I could see how it would be disconcerting for somebody that lives there, particularly if they have children living with them. It wouldn't be fun. I wouldn't like it. Hey, Ori, you missed all the fun. Some form of child witness protection could be in place, and the RCMP are aware, just a theory. No, no, absolutely not. This would not be a public investigation. It would not be a missing persons investigation if they were in witness protection. No, there has been a crime committed here, no matter what scenario, other than the kids wandered into the woods and they just haven't been found yet. That's the only thing that doesn't equal a criminal investigation at this point. He's going to get himself in trouble accusing the First Nation community. I don't think they appreciate. They really don't, and I cannot understand for the life of me why none of them have taken action against him. Because he is very public about it. Maybe he thinks if he says it nicely, it doesn't come off as racist, but newsflash, the whole premise of your theory is rooted in bigotry and racism and ignorance. Inconsistent again, but he says he only found out about a week ago, but at another point he states he messaged him at the very start. Yeah. Hi, everybody that's coming in. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking because he said D was a good guy, but I know when people get an active addict on hard drugs, their personality can be different when high. Absolutely. So if he wasn't around during the timeline as a bust, yeah. And piecing together Thursday, I think a lot of us think that that's super important. So this, if true, could fill in a piece of that puzzle. In my mind. This time period, he might not know how Daniel acted while he was an active addict, because Malehya was saying the opposite of him, that he was controlling and abusive, so he really wouldn't know what Daniel didn't do. It's very true, and a lot of I don't know for sure, but I would assume that for the most part, men don't realize if their best buddies were abusing their wives unless their wives speak up and say something. And I'm not accusing Daniel of being abusive. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. But if it was going on behind closed doors, how would Jordan know? Especially if he didn't meet Malaya. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how would Jordan know? He just knew that his friend was an abuser? That doesn't really make sense. So maybe they were drug running that night. Maybe that's why it has Durwood so concerned and throwing all the shade everywhere. Maybe. But I clearly believe, I do believe now that the reason that Durwood is going so hard on reservations and accusing them or thanking them for doing such a good deed by hiding these children and asking them for proof of life, not the location or anything. I don't want to find them or anything, but just proof of life to shut the Canadian public up. And these horrible podcasters who are accusing people of murdering Jack and Lily, which I am not. Nobody is. Whatever. Jordan, your dad's got a lot of issues in case you didn't know. I'm sure he knows. He's trying to be kind. And to me, this seems to me like Jordan was trying to put his family in a little bit of better light by, trying to calm everybody down about his family. That's what I think. I think I know what that means, and I agree. Is this the guy that saw them at Dollarama? In my opinion, who cares about the drones or anything? Jack and Lily are missing, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, unless you take into account if he has small children, and I wouldn't want that stuff. I would be inviting the RCMP or anybody else who is legitimately investigating into, just get it over with, clear me, and then get out of my life so that my kids can grow up peacefully, So, I mean, I get it. Not only the dad root strength. Oh, hi, Marianne. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for that. Some days I just don't know. Yes, he sure was. Only for a quick telling me that I crossed some line. I can't remember what he said, but hot kettle, some bullshit. I don't know, but he's gone now. At this point, Mara Saint Dragon isn't Dragon. Yeah, there's a plethora of charges waiting for whoever's responsible or who is helping. First Nations do not have these children. Say it again. Say it as many times as you like. I don't know what Sailor Moon's trying to say. Reach out to Charmaine. Good one. Drones are a nuisance, and here they get in way of firefighting. People break the laws every day. They have a hard time finding out. And they are a menace. And like I said, they are intrusive. So I get it. I want to know exactly why the Gettys are so heavily invested. We need a t-shirt. The route of that vehicle that went past Lourdes Park to the other road, was there a park or bridge that would have been in their route on the way home Thursday from town? Trying to think about that. Is that McLeod Road? There's that little bridge. Remember, was it yesterday we watched the video of the creek, and then there was that little wasn't even an overpass. It was just like a little bridge going over the creek. I think so. What does Belinda actually think about Darren Geddes? I can't speak for Belinda, but I'm pretty sure she's not too far off of where I am. Edmund was the dude at Dollarama, right? And I meant to answer that. Jordan was not the guy at Dollarama. Yes. I mean, I speak to Belinda. I don't like to bog down Belinda with shit either. She has got so many people in her ear. When I have something that I need to tell her, ask her, I will reach out and she gets back to me every time. But I know she's got so many people wanting to talk to her. I don't like to bombard her with shit, with bullshit. So trying my best to be respectful to the poor woman. She's got enough on her plate. And American Justice sent me a picture. Let's see what it's about. I almost blocked somebody I didn't mean to. Do you want me to? I mean, I think I've poked at that hornet's nest today enough. There will be more to come. Don't, because I think maybe not as far as the RCMP, the actual investigation goes, but to the bullshit that Janie and Daniel believe, I'm calling it. I believe Durwood is responsible for every fucking bit of it. Not the inconsistencies and not how far it's gone with them, but I believe he is the seed planter. It's all good. I've seen worse. I think my favorite was the Shat. So was that you as well? I think Durwood is like, look this way so no one looks the other way. I do too. And I think that his reasons are probably delusional, paranoid, and conspiracy theory based. I truly do. I truly do. I was watching another live whilst waiting on you, and he said Cheryl threw Malehya under the bus. Anyone know what that about that can say? What live, may I ask? And I think that if that is to be discussed or verified, that will not happen here. That can happen. Ask Sunny. I'm going to say ask Sunny to confirm or deny. She would know better. I don't talk to these people. Daniel Martel and Malehya have exchanged public jabs at each other. They don't take it too far, do they? I've never seen, other than the little bit that Malehya said to Sunny about Daniel, after saying that he would never harm children and then taking a couple of jabs at him, she hasn't really done anything publicly. Daniel, on the other hand, has stopped, other than the interview on DT. He did say a few things that he probably regrets due to the custody issue with Meadow. But I don't think they take their, I mean, and yeah, I don't know. Cheryl posted the beach photo, maybe that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Is the word? Yes, it is. But just so that everybody knows, if this is all about the reward and there are people frothing at the mouth for $150,000, it's up to $150,000 depending on what the tip leads to, right? Like, you're not just going to get $150,000 for telling them what you think. You can get up to $150,000 for information that leads to locating these missing children. And even if Durwood finally gets the reservation name and goes and does the right thing and holds Jack and Lily's hands and walks them out the front gate of that reservation or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be eligible for $150,000. It's up to $150,000 for information that leads to the recovery. And yeah, I said recovery, unfortunately. Part 2, if so, that may have been why there was one trip made towards Lord's Park, Justin Smith that night. I mean, I'm on the page. I'm on the page. I don't know if I want to do that today. I think I've stirred that hornet's nest enough for today. Where was Justin, Daniel's brother, the morning they went missing? Was another bigger dog there? I don't think so, but I mean, I don't know. The morning they went missing, Justin came over to help them search. Is that what you're asking? I believe, if I'm not, I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, Janie asked him to go get the quad from Earl's property or Ron's property. Can't remember which one, but I still wish we could see the CCTV footage from the day before, since it's the last recorded sighting of them. One day we will. One day. There needs to be more interrogations. Yeah, well, you know what? I know he talks to Haley and he talks to Cheryl, so maybe there could be a clue hidden in there. Also, we could see an updated video of Jack and Lily. CCTV video. Yeah, we're not going to see it until the case is solved, but we will see it one day. Christine threw Malehya under the bus and Kiki, her stepsister. Haven't heard of Cheryl. Jack and Lily is in someone's freezer. That is horrible. Thank you for being here. Char and Petite. Boop. Thanks, Marie. Yes, it's up to 150,000. No way anyone is getting that, in my opinion. Not in Nova Scotia, especially. Actually, nobody can seem to behave themselves or tell the truth. I think Daniel and Malehya are still in contact somehow. He loved pointing out she smiled when he approached her with the mail, like a teenage boy with a crush. Mole? Who's the mole? Point him out. I didn't see that. Is there somebody in here called the molester? Why would you call yourself the molester? Oh, this guy? This person? The mole? That's not molester. Stop it, you guys. What the fuck? Oh, man. Calm down. Everybody has a right to be here. It's all good. Yeah. Gerard is absolutely a sick man. He is disgusting in the things he says, and it needs to stop. Agreed. Unfortunately, but he's done it to himself. When you go back and you look at it all, it's clear as day. It's not clear as mud anymore for me. It's clear as day. Thanks for being here. Have a great weekend. Every time I bring up Justin's dog, I get dumb answers. Nobody wants to talk about the bigger dog that was there. So from my understanding, and I want to say that there was a bigger dog there. However, the bigger dog was very old, putting it nicely. It was not a rambunctious big dog. I don't know what relevance the dog has to this. If there was any kind of animal attack or involvement, there would have been evidence. Just give me one sec, guys. I got to get a drink. I apologize. The Durstick is the Melissa. Did you hear about that too back in the day? I heard about that. But you guys, this is not, it's the mole. The mole. I don't see the molester in this. Can you tell me? Maybe I'm wrong, but Earl has a pit bull on his Facebook. Not sure why Justin would bring his dog when he came on the quad. I think I'm not even going to say. I mean, we shouldn't talk about things that we don't know about. I can ask, but I mean, I have asked, and the dog that was there is a very elderly senior dog. I remember hearing the brother stayed over with his dog because him and his wife had an argument. That was something that we heard early on, but I'm pretty sure that I heard that that was not the case. His wife had found out she was pregnant right before this happened, and they were going through a rough patch, but they were working on things. So I'm pretty sure I found out that while he might have been staying with Janie at some point, it was not at that point. I can confirm that because it's been a long time. Do you know when you're going to do another live so we can plan for it? What you got to plan? I mean, probably tomorrow. I want to get these bracelets. We have to go to our winter home in Slave Lake here mid-month, so I don't want to leave this draw mailing thing for too long. So I do want to get this done. Mercy and P have said multiple times that nothing is off the table. So yes, freezer is possible. We're to state it as a fact, though. Yeah, but a lot of people state things that sound like they're stating as fact and they're just spitballing. In relation to the dog, what was the issue with Janie's dog being kept away from the kids? I'm sure she said she kept the dog away. I would really like to know why. Dogs are friends to kids. Okay, so I have listened to the Janie tapes enough to remember what she said about that. The first time that the kids came around, she brought her dog out to meet Jack and Lily took to screaming, and it upset the dog, and so she kept the dog away from the kids after that. Pitbull post was about ear clipping. No, general post? Unsure. Pity Mix, name Lily, approximately 12 years old. Thank you. Janie's dog did not like the kids. She didn't like the scream. It didn't like the scream. I don't know if it's a boy or girl dog. Free Fluffy. Toxic gossip train. Say a little prayer for Jack and Lily, please. Durwood makes it so disgraceful to these children's lives. They deserve better. And Malehya, this is who is speaking on behalf of your family. Heads up. This is what Malehya Brooks Murray's side of the family has to say. Thank you to the Indian reservation for keeping these kids. Speak up for your kids. Shut this person down. Ooh. Thanks for being here, Explorer. A lot of snow across Alberta today. I know I'm not looking forward to it. You know, there's rain every day in BC and it's 11 degrees, but I keep having to like pinch myself that it's November the 7th and I haven't seen a snowflake yet. But it's not early for Alberta. Usually we have snow on the ground by Halloween, where I'm from anyways. As a First Nations person, I am insulted. This guy blames my people for hiding the kids, as you should be, because it is very insulting and ignorant. And I hope somebody does something about it. How are they going to be searching on November 15th when we're going to be getting snow way before that? Fingers crossed that you don't, you know. Got 8 more days to go, hopefully. Yes, grew up in Lethbridge, sometimes comes in September. During my late teens, there was a blizzard in May. You know, Southern Alberta, where I grew up, my birthday's on May long. Every other year, I would have snow on my birthday. But having said that, Lethbridge, I think for the most part, more times than not, do not have snow by Halloween. Fox Creek, Northern Alberta, snow on the ground every year. However, this year they still don't have snow on the ground. So it's an odd year. Mary Stevens, not all dogs are safe with kids. Absolutely. Yeah, we are expecting snow. Thank you, Lobster. Thank you for being here and thank you for that. That means so much. Rain here in the French province, and my lawn obsessed neighbor is out with a leaf blower. That's funny. I just saw a guy today. He was blowing leaves onto the road. I was like, is that okay? Yeah, wow. Yeah. 16 degrees. You're in Pictou? Spare time. I'm so sorry that Darren has done what he has done. He's a disgusting excuse for a human being. Please know anyone with a brain knows it's not true. I can't disagree. And I can't even be mad for him for the insult, because that's all he's been doing is insulting everybody's intelligence and insulting the First Nations communities for months. And completely disrespecting the importance of this missing persons case. Jack and Lily matter, not your twisted theories. I can't wait to see what he posts about me. I'm actually kind of excited. I'm about to be on the Durwood hit list. Oh no. I'm afraid. My throat is really sore. I think I'm gonna put an end to this. I think that Sunny is gonna go live within like an hour or so you guys have time to go grab a snack, you know, maybe go have a hot bath, depending on where you are. And I don't know if there was anything else I wanted to cover. Michigan, you're super, super close to Canada, though. You're right across the river. You're in the right spot. What is that place called? I can't remember. I visited once. Did Daniel go for another interview today with RCMP? He had one on the 24th, and I heard the 31st. Another one is still supposed to occur. I don't know, see legal. I can ask him. Like I said, I hadn't talked to him for days. And then I asked him this morning about the tip that they were at Jordan's on May 1st. Other than that, I haven't really had an opportunity to speak to Daniel. And I mean, hopefully I've done this a little bit of justice in that it wasn't clickbait by any means, and I'm calling it alleged information. I have no doubt that it's clearly pissed some people off, but I think I was able to present the information in a way that, just understand where I was coming from when I first got the information, and I think it's important to share. So that's what this channel is about, throwing ideas and talking about information that we're hearing before it gets out of hand. So we know, what's coming. Because who else knows who this person contacted, you know? Who knows? Oh, or he'll have another comment on your video or a foolish rant to his 40. Right. I'm looking forward to the 40 Facebook friend, like whatever. But like, I hope he comments on the video so I can actually block him because I really don't want to go back and find him in my chat. Seems like a waste of time, but I will. Anyone who puts you on their hit list will find us at the top of your list. Hit him list. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, he's earned it. He won't shut the fuck up, and he won't stop insulting. So he's earned every bit of it. And I gave him a lot of time and a lot of credit to not be purposely misleading the public. I really did. Until I started re-looking at things and re-listening and his own words and Janie's own words and things Daniel has said. I believe he is behind the narrative, and he's pushing hard for a reason, guys. He just is. We only we're either a pathological liar and we just lie for shit to see if we can get away with it, or we lie to protect ourselves, or we lie to protect others. And he has lost everything. And what in the world could be so important to risk losing everything? And then once you've lost everything, to continue. My child. That's the only thing I can think of that would be that important to me. No, I do not. I do, but it's dormant. And the only reason I have Snapchat is because my daughter loves to use Snapchat with my grandbaby stuff. Oh, below zero in Edmonton. It has been snowing all day. There it is, guys. Boo. Thanks, Addie, for being here. It's awesome. That's why Malehya said, "Hole, they're warm." Oh, hope they're warm. Why? Oh, because you think she knows they're in a freezer? I'm just twisted. I know. Yeah, so you're not too terribly far from the border. Yep, D-Bag Durwood. Good evening. You have a better evening, and I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. I will be collecting the names the first 10 minutes and 30 seconds, change my mind, of this live stream. All your names are going to go into a draw. Like I said, 2 sets, Jack and Lily bracelets, and then one of the most sought after decals in the entire universe. Because I'm going to keep the other one for my own car. And then I have my own bracelets. I ordered 6. 6 bracelets, 5 months and $40 later, finally arrived. Fuck yeah. Saved me the trouble. And a piece of me feels like, I've said some things in the last week or so that maybe I should apologize for, but it's been 5 months, and I think I was quiet and patient for long enough. So sorry, I'm not sorry for anything that I may or may not have said about this. Just super happy that I got it. I'm sorry I'm missing comments again, but I want to end it. My throat is killing me. Keep Jack and Lily in your prayers, everybody. And yeah, 5 months, $40 later. I really super appreciate everybody's support. And like I said, anybody but Durwood, if they want to talk to me like an adult, I am open. I will tell your story. I will hear you out 100%. No judgment, except Durwood. I played that game for far too long. Have a great night, everybody. Go check out Sunny tonight. I'm sure Justin is live and they're all kick ass. So have a wonderful week.
We're going